it's Elizabeth from Fern Creek Stickers, and I am here to plan the week of April 4th. So let's get started. I've got the ultraviolet kit and I've got my habits printed on, and they're similar to what I had for March, but they're changed up just a little bit, so adjusting some of my focuses. So I'll get started by laying down the base and catching you all up. So I'm actually filming this on Monday morning before work because one thing that I did not tell you all was that Brian was actually gone for the last 2.5 weeks. So he was on a business trip to Germany, and it was, you know, one of those things where like, it's probably best not to just advertise that to the internet for safety reasons. So I have kept that quiet, but the last 2 weeks have been kind of weird just being, not having him around. And there've been, since we got married, I've gone on some work trips, but he's never been gone and had me just here on my own. So that was kind of different, but it was a good time. I was able to make a lot of progress on some projects around the house, and also able to, you know, have some more time to do some social things that I normally, you know, like I normally wouldn't randomly go out to dinner with a friend on a Tuesday night. And so, yeah, so nice to have some time to do some different things, but I'm also really glad to have him back. So, but he came back on Saturday, and I ended up not getting the Plan With Me filmed before, because on Saturday I was rushing around trying to finish some stuff up before he came home, and then on Sunday we're just enjoying spending the day together. So I'm filming this Monday morning before I go into work. Yeah, so I'm really glad to have him back home again, and he is definitely happy to be back home as well. And so I did say when I was doing my monthly Plan With Me that I had a story I needed to remember to tell you, which is, okay, so it's got some backstory to it. So when we got married, so we were living in, we both had condos, and then we sold mine and I moved into Brian's place, but we did not have a ton of space, especially since it was, you know, one of those where like, his condo was pretty much the right size for one person, and then we put 2 people in it. And also when we got married too, we had, you know, the opposite problem of people who are getting married like right out of college was that we had like 2 nice versions of everything. So we were not in need of like new pots and pans, because we were figuring out like which pots and pans do we keep and which ones do we get rid of. So for wedding presents, we asked for gift cards to Home Depot and Crate and Barrel, because we knew at that point that we were going to be building our house, and that once we moved, there would be some bigger furniture items we needed. So like the Crate and Barrel would be nice that we could put towards like getting new sofas. And then the Home Depot, we knew that there were going to be all kinds of things we'd need, like a lawnmower and a chainsaw, because we live in the woods, and that there'd be a lot of tools and things like that we would be wanting to get. So we got a lot of gift cards, and we've mostly just been sitting on them until now. People also gave us a lot of Amazon ones, and we did use those right away. We got a Dyson cordless vacuum cleaner, which was an amazing purchase, highly recommend. But the other gift cards we've just had sitting in a drawer until now. And one of the things that we needed to do was order blinds. And it hasn't been the end of the world, because we don't have neighbors like right up close to us. So for privacy, it wasn't really an issue, but especially as we have more guests, you know, we want to get some blinds. And also, I'm pretty sensitive to the light when I sleep, so I do want to have some blinds to the lights, especially as it's getting light earlier. I don't want to have the light just blaring in the morning. So when my parents were here, my mom helped me go around and measure all the windows for blinds, because that had sort of been what had been delaying us. That's just, you know, one of those things that in the end it took like an hour to do, but it's not the most fun job, and you really do need 2 people, especially for some of the bigger windows, to measure and make sure that you've got it right, because obviously you don't want to order the wrong size. So we measured the blinds, but I hadn't gotten around to ordering them yet. And then I happened to see that Home Depot had the blinds we wanted on sale. And since we were getting a lot of blinds, 25% off was going to be saving a lot of money. So I was like, okay, we need to get these blinds ordered. So I went to go order the blinds. I put in all the sizes and measurements and stuff that we wanted. And then it was time to pay. And I was like, okay, we've got all these Home Depot gift cards. I'm going to pay with these gift cards. So First of all, with the Home Depot ones, they all had that thing on the back you have to scratch off. So you had to scratch it off, and then they had a card number and a PIN number, and it was a lot to type in for each one. But so that's why when I was doing my monthly plan with me, I was looking for my ruler because I was using that to scratch the stuff off the back. And so I was just going through the pile, just sort of grabbing whichever gift cards and not paying attention. But then it turned out that there was a limit of 10 gift cards per order. And I didn't want to break up the order. I didn't want there to be any issues from breaking it up. And I also, too, it had taken a long time to get the sizes entered and to just triple check that I had everything right. And I was worried that if I went back that I would lose some stuff. So, but I was like, okay, because some of the gift cards I'd put in were like $25 ones. So I was like, okay, now I need to find the biggest value ones. So I had to delete all the gift cards I'd put in and then go back and try to find like the $100 gift cards that I could put in instead. So I had to scratch more of the back off and write in the numbers. So, you know, so it was a little bit more effort than I expected. And also for any of you out there, if you're buying from Home Depot, you can't use more than 10 gift cards on a purchase. But in the end, it was, you know, it was very nice to have those gift cards to use towards the blinds because, you know, blinds are something that is a necessary but not very fun purchase. It's not the kind of thing you get excited about spending a lot of money on. So I was very grateful to have those gift cards to use, even if it took me a little while to scratch them all off and put all of the numbers in. So the other thing too that I can say about home improvement purchases was we needed to buy a lawnmower because again, we've been living in condos where all of the lawn care and outdoor maintenance and stuff is taken care of for us. And we do have grass around our house here. And before Brian went to Germany, it was getting to the point where it was like, it could probably use a cut. And so we went to Lowe's because Brian wanted to get an electric lawnmower. He wanted to get an Ego because he has some other Ego tools that he's really liked, and unfortunately they don't sell them at Home Depot anymore, so we could not use our bevy of gift cards. But so he knew what he wanted. We went to Lowe's to get it. We bring it home, he opens it up, and it turns out that someone had stolen the battery out of the box. And the battery is like a big part of the value, especially for the lawnmower, because the battery is a really powerful one, you know, to be able to power you mowing your lawn for over an hour. So we got home, there was no battery. So that night, we just turned around, went back to Lowe's and returned it, had no problem returning it. But we had ordered some other stuff on from Lowe's recently that we thought was going to be shipped from a warehouse, but it turned out it was like a delivery from store kind of situation. So we were hesitant to order online because we were worried that they would just deliver from store and we'd get one of the same lawnmowers with no battery in it delivered from the store. So we went back yesterday and they had lawnmowers that had batteries in them. So we were able to get a lawnmower, which was good, and Brian was able to mow the lawn and it looks a lot better. So that is all good news. But I'm kind of surprised that because I can understand why people would steal the batteries out of it because that's the valuable part. So I'm kind of surprised that they don't take the batteries out and you have to get those from a locked cabinet or something, because that seems like a really big loss for the store. But the other funny thing too is, so we do let Luna go outside supervised. So, and she likes to go outside in the evenings after dinner especially, and she'll ask to go outside. So we will go out with her and just watch her, and she just likes to look at stuff and smell stuff and wander around. But she also has really been enjoying eating the grass. And it's okay for cats to eat grass, and we don't treat it with anything, so it's not chemically and at our condo, she would eat the grass occasionally, but not like she does here. She has a passion for the grass, and we have to stop her because we're worried that she's eating too much grass. And Brian hadn't come back and edged yet, so there were still some longer bits of grass, and that's what Luna really likes, that she doesn't have to bend over and work to eat. So she's been asking now to go outside 3 times a day, and pretty much she just wants to eat grass, and we're like, okay, Luna, chill out on the grass. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. The other thing that I will say here too is that this weekend, finally had a chance to start watching season 2 of Bridgerton. I have not watched, I think I'm only on the 3rd episode. I haven't watched a ton yet. And if you've been around for a while, you know that last summer I read all of the Bridgerton books, and And I really enjoyed the books. I mean, they're a total guilty pleasure and they do get kind of repetitive, but hey, they're a lot of fun. But I must say, I'm not quite sure how I feel about season 2 of Bridgerton, mostly because there's a lot of changes from the books. And also too, the thing that's kind of weird is there's like, you know, and for those of you that have read the books, you'll know that there's a couple plot pieces that they've like stolen from later books and brought in here. And so like, you know, maybe they don't think they're actually going to get to Gregory's story in Netflix. And so they don't care if they're, I always do this. I don't need all of these dividers on the weekend. So maybe they don't think that they're actually going to need those details, but they've like stolen a major plot point from a later book to use now, which messes things up for the future. But also there's some cool stuff that I'm not going to spoil. Again, who knows how many seasons they'll actually do on Netflix, but like they introduced the future spouse of one of the Bridgerton siblings in this season in a way that, you know, that doesn't happen in the book. In the book, you don't meet this person until you get to that sibling's book. But it was kind of cool to have that foreshadowing, like, oh yeah, I know you're gonna come back. We're gonna see you again. But I'll be curious to see how it all resolves. But I feel like they've made a lot more tension and conflict between Kate and Edwina in this season that wasn't in the book. So I'll leave it at that because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But I will definitely keep watching though and see how it turns out. Okay, so that is almost all the way through my base. So now I can go through and fill in my plans day by day. All right, oops. The week does not start on Tuesday, it starts on Monday. Okay, so this is today, and I have already done my workout, so I can actually check that off right now. And then I've got a meeting at 1. And then I've got office hours. Draw my line there. And then I have class tonight. So I usually do, when I teach a night class, I usually don't go into the office right away since I'll be working late tonight. So, all right, so that class. And then for to-dos today, okay, the big thing is I need to clean my office at work. And I've had a couple deadlines that were last week that I was working towards, and in the meantime my office got kind of a mess, and I'm definitely someone who is outer order, inner calm. So having my office clean is important, and I am going to take some time to get my office cleaned up today. And that reminds me, I need to grab like some cleaning spray and rags to bring with so I can wipe down my desk. Then I've got a lot of little grading stuff to do. And then I will need to edit and upload this plan with me. And I've been working on the format or the reformat, and I need to, I was all ready to get some stuff starting to print, but I realized I needed to add the new fonts to the computer that I print from. So I will do that when I get home tonight. And then, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I have some texts that were like texts that probably should have been an email that take a little longer and more thought to respond to, and I've got a couple of those that are piled up, so I need to respond to all of my outstanding text messages. Okay, then on Tuesday I'm gonna run, and I will also be doing, it's been a really long time since I've done a day in the life video, so I'm actually gonna film a day in the life tomorrow, so you will see this day later in the week. So, okay, for work, I need to read through a paper that I wrote and need to work on revising. Tuesday should be a nice open day, so I should be able to get a lot of work done. And then I will film the day in the life and keep working on the reformat. So I've got the daily duos all finished, and I've got a good start on the weekly kit. Still working on that. And then we need to buy some new pots and pans. I don't know if I talked about this, but we have an induction stove here, and most of our pots and pans don't work. So we've been making do with the ones that do, but I really need to I need to pick out some new ones because it'd be really nice to like have pots and pans that are the right size. And so I'm not like cooking rice in a frying pan. And then social media. Last week I'd run out of these stickers and I went to go get more, and Danielle had taken them home to make grab bags, so I need to tell her to bring some back for me. Okay, again, then for dinner. Okay, I'm gonna make a sheet pan meal. Okay, so that is Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, well, that's crooked. Much better. Okay, so Wednesday will be a weights day. That's crooked too. I'm just cannot stick a sticker straight to save my life. And then I have a doctor's appointment. 10:40. Let's see, how do I put in 10:40? That looks about right. And then I guess I've got everything on the 40s. I've got something at 12:42. That's gonna be really quick though, so I'm not putting the sticker, although I guess it takes up the same amount as a half-hour sticker would, but that should be like a 10-minute thing. But I won't be able to go to Bible study because I'll have to do that. And then I have my directed study. Everything's like at weird times. And then book club. And then Wednesday nights, because I get home a little bit later, I like to do easy or leftover stuff for dinner. So we'll have some leftover quiche that we had this weekend. And then for to-dos, to read through another paper. I've got my goal for this month is to get a lot of articles out that have been sitting. So I'm gonna make some progress on actually reading those and getting those moving this week. And then I'll edit and upload my day in the life video. And we also need to, my in-laws are bringing us some bunk beds at Easter, and I need to order sheets for the bunk beds because they are going to bring the bunk beds and then guests will be staying in them the next night. So I need to have that all ready. Oh, and then on Instagram, the June washi tape may get here today, definitely tomorrow. So I'll post the June washi tape. All right, and then Thursday. Run on Thursday morning. And then, okay, Thursday is another really open day. I'll have a small group in the evening. But this should be another good day for getting stuff done. Okay, yeah, so I'll mostly be focusing on getting one of these papers that's really close out under review at a journal, and then do readings for class, work on the reformat, and nothing specific to do at home. And then on Instagram, picture of my desk, and YouTube will be my day in the life. And then Friday, I will run again, but it'll be, I've been upping my running distance, so Friday will be a longer run. And then, okay, work on revising another paper. I just realized, I just remembered another task that I will need to do on Thursday. And then for Fern Creek, keep working on the reformat. And home will need to do my grocery list. And then we are going to do our taxes next weekend, which is maybe the latest we've ever done our taxes. We're usually on top of them, but I've got to print all of my tax stuff out. So we've got that ready to go. And then for dinner, we'll have the sheet pan dinner again. Oh, and you know what? I'm looking at the stickers that I have left here on my sheet, and I forgot to put in my office hours on Wednesday. Okay, then Saturday. And why did I, okay, wait, why did I put a works, that's supposed to be home, but does that mean that I put, oh yeah, here we go. I put 2 home stickers because I knew I should have the right number out. Okay. There we go, much better. And laundry will be the big thing to do on Saturday, and we'll do weights on Saturday morning. That is it. And then Sunday we'll have church. And I'll do some yoga in the afternoon. And meal prep is the only to-do that I've got at this point. So that is my week. I hope that you enjoyed this plan with me, and I hope you have some good things for your week ahead, and I will see you all again soon. Bye, everyone.